This is Out Loud and Laughing.
Hey, Bryan.
Hey, Jon.
Are you as excited as I am for today's guest?
You know what? I am super excited. I know this is your friend, but I've been doing so much research. And yes, let's invite Jennifer to the chat, please, Jon.
A friend, somebody who I've thrown dollar bills at and not in a promiscuous way. Maybe that's soon to come. We'll see if she has an OnlyFans. I'm sure she does because she's just so busy. I'm joking. So much to talk about. We welcome today Miss Jennifer McClain, a beautiful singer and an incredible actress with a brand new movie, Big Easy Queens, out on Hulu, which has been so fun to follow. With no further ado, hi Jennifer, welcome.
Hi, so happy to be here. Yay, so exciting.
We're thrilled to have you. Today we just kind of want to hear about your story. Tell us about what you've accomplished, some of the things you're the most proud of, and of course we want to leave some space to talk about this epic movie that hit Hulu this last month, Big Easy Queens. And then of course we'll give you an opportunity to plug yourself because we want to make sure that your followers are hearing some of the content that we can cross share.
Amazing.
Stories are fun. So with that being said, I like to say like when fabulous follows their dreams, because there's nothing short of fabulous as it pertains to you. You can see your background, self-proclaimed diva, the photography, the hair, the makeup, the face, the voice. What was your first memory of wanting to be a singer or vocalist or performer?
Oh gosh. I was always singing like as a kid. Like there's video of me at 4 years old running around the backyard singing Doe a Deer. And play acting, I would force my mom to play the other characters and I would play like the Sesame Street characters and I would say, Roosevelt Franklin, get in here. It was always acting. And then I started in high school, I started doing a swing choir, a show choir. And that's where it really like cemented.
Mm-hmm.
And I started taking voice classes and then I went on to college for musical theater.
And what's that journey overall been like for you? I mean, it's kind of hard to track in the performance and entertainment space to stand out, to be unique. How has your experience been?
Well, I'll tell you, I got really lucky. I mean, the plan, was college, theme park, cruise ship, national tour, Broadway. Didn't exactly go that way. I ended up in South Florida. Like most amazing, incredible performers, I followed a guy.
As we all do.
We've all been guilty.
As we all do.
Guilty as charged.
He is no longer in the picture, but I ended up down here in South Florida, and I thought, well, I had done some cruise ships, I had done some theme parks, and I said, I like to sing Broadway. I love to perform show tunes. Who likes show tunes? Senior citizens and homosexuals.
This is true.
South Florida it is.
I mean, you have probably the biggest conglomerate of an audience between the elders and the LGBT. The elders put the L in LGBTQ community. No, I'm just kidding. But
I saw the wheels turning. You were like,
yeah, I was trying to get there. It doesn't always land.
It definitely doesn't.
LGBTQ.
But speaking of landing, before I hand it over to Bryan to ask some of his questions, how has where you landed, how has that been different from where you like sort of expected to be? You have to be so proud of all the things you've accomplished, but what does that look like? Because I know that we all have dreams and sometimes the expectations that are big, don't measure up. I know that I have some ways that I feel about myself. I'm interested to hear what that's like for you.
Yeah. Well, like I said, my original dream was Broadway and just be on Broadway. But now I get to play roles that I would never be cast in. Nobody's casting me in Once on This Island, but I can still sing the songs, in a cabaret setting. It's a little different. So that's something that's been fun. And people say to me all the time, were you on Broadway? You must have been on Broadway, or you should still go to Broadway. And I said, but if I were on Broadway, I wouldn't be singing to you here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's
No, I love that. And like, now that I've learned a little bit more about your journey and like your cabaret performances, like, and it sounds like you've performed and you produce a lot of cabaret shows. Like, what are some of your highlights? And like, deep dive into like some of the funny memories. I would love to like get some of that.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, let's see. Um,
Because we know
well,
the audiences are wild.
yeah.
Well,
Oh, they can't. Yeah. And there's a huge difference. Some like this week I just did a sneak peek of a show I'm doing in Fire Island in 2 weeks.
nice.
And it's a show that I debuted in New York City a year and a half ago. So I invited people to come to the Foundry, which is a local LGBTQ theater down here. And it was a free thing that we were giving away pizza, and I wanted to get some feedback, just get it under audience. Also, I wouldn't memorize my lines if I didn't have a deadline.
Yeah.
So we got the Ronnie Larson, who runs the theater, said, well, whenever we do something for free, we always have to account for no shows. So we're going to let people register. We're going to let 80 people register. And the theater sits 52. Well, we got like 75 people registered, and they're like, people don't show up. They don't show up to these things. I'm like, we're giving away pizza and there's no ticket cost. What are you talking about? So I'm sitting backstage waiting, and they're like, we got to go get more chairs. And they're pulling chairs out of storage. And I think we had like 65 people in this theater. They were, I mean, it was, I was doing it on their set of Torch Song.
Right, which is what they're showing now at the
Which is what they're doing right now,
Yeah.
yeah. And luckily, it was a bare stage, so it wasn't really on their set. There was a few things off to the side, but so there were seats on the stage, like on the side of the stage, on the other side of the stage, and I was just like, I don't remember where I was going with this. Oh, but the audience, but they were very attentive. It was a theater. They were quiet. They were respectful. They applauded, but it wasn't like my usual Saturday night shenanigans at the Alibi, where it's just, a wide variety of people and interests. And, I always say, if you don't like the song I'm doing now, wait 3.5 minutes.
Yeah. It'll be over.
If you don't like any of the songs I'm doing, tip me and I'll start singing whatever you want to hear.
Drink another Fireball, right?
Yeah. Well, me or the audience.
Yeah.
Both.
Yes.
And I'm gonna humble brag for you. I don't think people did that for the pizza. I think they all showed up for you.
Yeah.
So I know that you're touting it to the pizza. People want to be there for you, and I also want you to like humble brag a little bit about your career, like name drop, like who are the people you've worked with, and like I want to hear like what are some of the most like favorite songs and people you've sung with. Like, give us some of the tea.
Well, one of the coolest things I ever did was my friend Brandon James Gwynn and his writing partner Ella Rose Cherry. Do you know them?
Names, not faces.
Yeah, they have worked with Ars Nova in New York City and are composers and writers. They write shows, and they wrote a show called Cotton Candy and Cocaine.
Love it.
And Brandon asked me to be one of the parts in it, and I flew up to New York. And I got to do this one night concert version, and Telly Leung was one of the other actors in that.
Heck
And so
yes.
Telly and I got it was like a 12-hour, like really intense period. So Telly and I got to be friends, and so that's definitely a name I would drop. Of course, Varla Jean Merman, who is in the
Huge.
movie,
Yep.
but who I knew before the movie, because she moved down here, or Jeff moved down here. Well, that's not true. I actually met Varla Jean in Key West,
Where you also perform.
where I was performing for a New Year's Eve show
Oh,
with
nice.
my friend Portia, and we were supposed to do this show, but it was this horrible like cascading events. The mix, not the mixers, the amps kept blowing all night. So we had this whole show we were going to do on the main stage on Duval Street, on CNN cameras there, Sushi in the Shoe above us. And nothing went as planned. So we said, hey, can we do it New Year's Day? Can we do the show that we planned? And the bar was like, yeah, sure. For some weird reason that year, nothing else was planned. Nobody else was doing anything. So everybody who was in town came to that show. And I met all the Key West queens. And I don't remember how long I've been going down there, but I didn't know everybody. I met Randy Roberts, Christopher Peterson, Randy Thompson, a bunch of other girls, but Varla was there, but as Jeff. I had a few shots, and You know what Jeff looks like.
Yes.
He is hot.
We will flash it on screen for our audience.
Yeah.
Of course.
Please, for me.
Good-looking man. So in my inebriated state, I went up to him probably 3 or 4 times and said, "You are so attractive.
Touch his face.
You are just so good." And now, luckily, before we filmed the movie, the restraining order had been lifted. But it was one of those like, oh God, what did I do?
Exactly.
I also got to do a cruise one time with Coco Peru.
Oh yes,
and
fabulous.
you know, Coco Peru,
Mhm.
famous for everything, but notably Trick for her line.
Have you ever gotten cum in your eye? It burns.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I have always I had already been doing this when I sang Orange Colored Sky.
Uh-huh.
And I would every once in a while I'll say, I was walking along, minding my business, when love came and hit me in the eye, it burns.
What a
And
callback.
I got to do that right in front of Coco Peru.
Did she die? Was she dressed up that day? Was she?
No.
Okay.
And now I'm Clinton, I think is that his name? Clinton?
I actually don't know that.
Now I'm gonna embarrass. Well,
sorry, Coco
yeah,
LaRue.
yeah,
We love you.
He was in the front row, like with some of the other guys that I knew, and I was like, oh, this is so perfect.
That's hysterical, and to be a fly on the wall, quite literally,
Seriously.
or a fly in Key West. That sounds like a fun fly.
Yeah. Oh, Key West is always fun.
A fruit fly?
That's a fruit fly.
Yes, yay.
There it comes. I love it. I mean, you definitely have the clout. You have the voice. I've had the honor to see you perform. I've seen you perform with another guest we had on our podcast, Miss Bouvier.
Oh, yes.
Eric Swanson came on. We talked a little bit about Big Easy Queens, one of your cast members. What a star-studded cast. I mean, it's you who when I watched it, because I've had interactions with you in real life, and I was gasped. I was like, the accent, the character that you pulled out, you basically play like this, like madam, and the sort of like the meanness, kind of like the really like sort of suspicious. I was on my couch being like, this is amazing. I mean, every time I saw you, I saw Eric, or Miss Bouvier, and now all of a sudden, of course, I'm slipping, what's her name from Drag Race? Susie too, I was just like, this is excellent. That? Yeah, who's that? Just one of the top 5 highest paid drag queens right now in America. I mean, just killing it, she is. But tell us a little bit about that. I mean, I know you guys filmed in mine and Brian's hometown. Brian and I grew up in Fort Lauderdale, so it was fun to watch.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. So tell us a little bit about that experience for you.
Well, to go to the character, when Eric Swanson, Miss Bouvier, came up with the idea with his writer, Robert Lalou, to do a movie. It just kind of came out. He'll tell you the story, but if you didn't, I don't remember if he did on your podcast or not.
He definitely did.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like, you should be in a movie. Robert Lalou is basically the male Jennifer Coolidge. That's how he talks. You should be in a movie. Makes me want a hot dog real bad.
Excellent.
So Eric came to me because we had been performing together. We created a duo act. We call ourselves the Boozy Belters.
Fabulous. If you live in Wilton Manors, get to Boozy Belter show. It's like every week, right?
It's like twice a month. Twice a month. And so he approached me and he said, we're doing a movie. Do you want to be a part of it? And I was like, yeah, I've never done anything on film. I've never done any commercial film, nothing. So I was like, yeah. I said, but can you do me a favor? Write me a character that is nothing like me. I want something that is completely like not recognizable as any kind of Jennifer McClain persona. And so Robert wrote Poodles Mackenzie, the mob boss fighting with Minnie Bouvier. And at the first rehearsal that I had, there was very few rehearsals because movies don't really rehearse, but we had like 2. I think we had like 1 for each big scene. And most of my big scenes were with Susie too, were with Ben. And Susie's such a consummate theatrical professional. We had our own rehearsals where we memorized. So when we got to that set, when we got to that rehearsal, even we had our lines, we knew our lines, and I was kind of playing it like, like the old like kind of mob movies where there was like the yeah. When I throw a lit match into this oven, if my good friend Bugs was in there, yeah, like a Jim Cagney kind of thing. And Erin Dalton, our director, she said, and she's the one that brought the horror aspect. The original movie was not horror at all.
Just camp. Yeah.
Yeah, just camp and a little noir. And she said, now make it creepy.
It was creepy.
And I was like, and I went, you ever been to Texarkana, Mimi? It's a funny little town, but I loves it. And just that one phrase, and just it flipped a switch, and I was like, there it is.
It drew me in, actually. Like the movie was fantastic, but that one scene where you're sitting in the chair and just like rattling off sort of the plot and where the plot twist lives, in my opinion. I was like hooked. I was like, oh my gosh, is that Jennifer McClain? So anyway,
I love it.
yeah.
And I also didn't do my own makeup. All the queens did their own makeup, and I said I need somebody professional because I can do my face. I can do my face in the dark. I can do my face, in the middle of a hurricane, but
on a Facebook Live.
On Facebook Live. Well, usually I take it off, but yeah.
Fair.
But I said I wanted a character that wasn't me, and I know my skill sets and different kind of makeup. I can change the color of my eyeshadow, but I'm not going to change the shape of my face. Yeah. So
now that the movie's out, like, how's it going? Like, what are you hoping that like happens next? Like, maybe with this movie, or are you into acting now? Is it something that you're really like?
Well, I've always enjoyed acting. It's hard because I do a Saturday night cabaret show, so it's theater doesn't pay.
No. Yeah.
It really, it's hard. It's hard. So it's hard to give up a long-standing show unless it was a role that I was really, really, excited about, because it would almost inevitably be a pay cut.
Sure.
So, but I love acting. I'd love to do more. I'd love to do more film. I really enjoyed it. I'm really good at being still, which is kind of weird to say, but like when you're between takes, or if they cut and you have to pick up right where you are, I'm perfectly content just to wait.
That's a good skill set.
And I'll it also helps me not be hot a lot of times too. Like I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so hot, I'm so sweaty. I'm like, I just conserve my energy so I'm not overheated I don't get me wrong, I get hot, but yeah, a lot of times I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm just gonna calmly, wait.
I think our 20-minute podcasts are way too short for this. No? Are we still going? Do I need to cut this part, Brian?
Yeah, you can cut this part. We have 3 more minutes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I
have a stopwatch.
Cut. Okay, we'll keep going. So you speak of enjoying the acting, and I understand how it's an implication to money is money, and especially in this economy. I think we're all feeling that. What's a dream role? Like, if money wasn't an object, what is Jennifer's dream role?
I mean, now at the age I'm at, I think playing Mama Rose in Gypsy would be a great role. I think Mama Morton in Chicago would be a really fun role.
Jail,
that I could do.
What would be fun for you too? What's her name in Tracy Turnglad's mom in Hairspray? I know it's a drag queen, but
Edna?
Edna. I think that you could make a really funny Edna.
That would be interesting.
Don't you think?
I could see that.
I never really thought about it, but that would be interesting. I don't know that that's ever been done.
It hasn't, because it's always played by a man. Hey, we're here on Out Loud and Laughing. We're trying to change shit up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Let's mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, I love it. Those are some great roles, and I can see you definitely playing both of them in Chicago. Like, your sassiness with all the girls would just fly off.
Oh yeah, and it's a great role. I mean, it's almost ageless, but it's definitely, I'm no longer looking at playing Evita. Let's put it that way.
Don't cry for me, time.
Even if it wasn't half naked at the end now in London.
Let's see it. West End, South End, North End. Let's see all the ends.
I loved it. I feel like we could be talking so much longer. But Jennifer, I think thank you for joining our pod and like giving us all this insight.
Thank
Can-
you.
for the people that listen to our pod though, like where can they find you and like what's next? How can people see you live or
Oh gosh. Well, I have a website which is jennifermcclain.net. And you can sign up for a VIP list, which I send out emails very infrequently, but when I have a big event coming up. And you can also link there to my Instagram and my Facebook page where I have a monthly calendar. I'm generally at Alibi every Saturday, at Aquaplex every Monday, with Miss Bouvier for Boozy Belters twice a month at the Alibi. And my big thing coming up right now is August 21st at the Community House in Cherry Grove, Fire Island. Yay!
How
It's
exciting.
Chanteuse on the Loose.
Chanteuse on the loose. I'm intrigued.
And that's kind of a tell-all. That tells you a lot about me in that show.
I love
so
it.
great?
Well, we want to say thank you again, and to everybody who's joining us. If you are down in the Wilton Manors area, I always like to plug the shows are free. They're unbelievable, but don't come with an empty wallet. All the performers do take tips, and it's rightfully so. I mean, we're talking Broadway level talent that would just blow your mind. And on top of it, it's casual and it's fun and it's interactive. So go have some fun in Wilton Manors. Meet our friends, Jennifer McClain, Ms. Bouvier, all of them. I tell you, they will take you in with a really warm heart. So we just are so happy to have you today, Jennifer.
Thank you,
Thank
Jennifer.
you so much. Thank you. Mwah.
Wow.
This was Out Loud and Laughing.
We're available everywhere you get your podcasts: Spotify, Apple, YouTube, iHeart, or wherever.